Good morning, everybody. I'm ChandraDeepan, working as RA engineer with Adams Studio, and I have 3.5 years of experience in the field of RA development using Adobe technologies. So today I'm going to share some of the ideas of that topic, list-based controls in Flux. It is always challenging and fascinating for a front-end developer to display the data fetched from the data source, whether it's from a local or a remote service. And so what we are going to cover under this subject, list-based controls, otherwise known as data-driven controls. Introduction, in which I'm going to define how the list-based controls are designed in Flux, and I'm going to give a brief introduction about what's the basic functionalities of list-based controls. And the next one is architecture. Architecture is a bit of heavy word to use at this point, but what I'm actually going to do under this topic is the design of list-based control. I mean the class hierarchy of list-based controls, how it is defined. And the next one is usage. When I say usage, it's effective usage. In between the sessions that we are going to cover, I'm going to work out some of the coding exercises so that we can see how effectively list-based control can be used in Flux to display data. Before moving into the subject, and I would like to share one more thing. It is going to be a beginners level session, so for those who are the beginners in Flux technology can experience the new stuff, and for those who have prior experience in Flux can enjoy the new old stuff. So now let us start the things. Introduction. As I already told you, list-based controls are used to display the data. And here are some common list-based controls which are available in Flux. List control, horizontal list control, child list control, combo box control, data grid control, and tree control. And let us see what are the functionalities of these controls basically in Flux. And again, I'm saying it's used to display the data. When I say data, it means it's of anything, which means ordinary text strings, images, or even HTML strings, which is supported by Flux. And it is also used to display the complex data. When I say complex, means it's a large set of hierarchical data can be displayed using these controls. And what else these controls does is it allows the manipulation and the collection of data, which means it takes an aggregate of large number of data, and the iteration through the data using the defined methodologies can be easily done using list-based control in Flux. And here are the basic building blocks of list-based controls: data providers, item renters, item editors, and the events dispatched by the list-based control. Let us see one by one what are all these properties of list-based control. And the first one is, under this topic, the building blocks, data providers. What does a data provider mean? Data provider is actually a property of a list-based control. As I said earlier, list-based controls can be named as data-driven controls. It can be named as also data provider components. Why is it's a default property Flux actually has with the list-based control, which is of type object, which means it is the object which contains the data that is required to display. Okay, as you can see from any of the list-based control, if you see the set method of the data provider, it would be named as value of type object. That is because you can there are a lot of data models in Flux, like to name array collection, XML list collection. You can specify any kind of data model to the data provider object. That's why it is of type object. So what does data providers do? It provides a level of abstraction between the data and the component that it uses. When I say level of abstraction, mean your view component, which means your control, list based control, doesn't care about what the data comes. Its functionality is to show the data. Data provider, on the other hand, is the property which is which is used to set the data for the control. So your data can be of anything. You can change your data from the outside of controls control. When I say controls control, components control. Components control doesn't have anything to do with your